Let me ask you something. If taking risks is so dangerous, why do the richest people on the planet take so many of them? Here's the truth most people miss. The rich don't avoid risk. They also don't blindly chase it. They understand it. And once you understand how they think about risk, you start realizing why most people stay stuck, not because they're lazy or dumb, but because they're asking the wrong question. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at risk the same way again. Most people believe wealth comes from luck, talent, or connections. But that's not what separates rich people from everyone else. The real difference is how they make decisions when the outcome is uncertain. When the average person sees risk, they immediately ask, "What if I lose?" But rich people ask something completely different. What's the worst-case scenario, and can I survive it? That single question changes everything. Because avoiding risk doesn't keep you safe. It keeps you small. Let me tell you a quick story. Two people are offered the same opportunity. A chance to start a business on the side. Person number one says, "That's risky. What if it fails?" Person number two says, "If it fails, what do I actually lose?" Person one walks away to protect their comfort. Person two tests the idea with limited time and limited money. Fast forward a few years. Person one is still playing it safe, same income, same stress. Person two might have failed once or twice, but now they have skills, confidence, and leverage. That's how wealth is built. Not by avoiding failure, but by surviving it and learning faster than others. Here's where rich thinking really separates itself. Rich people don't confuse risk with ruin. Loss is acceptable. Ruin is not. They're okay losing money. They're not okay losing their ability to play the game again. That's why they never bet everything on one move. They size their risks so that even if they fail, they're still standing. Most people do the opposite. They avoid small risks, then take massive ones by depending on a single job, a single income, or a single plan. That's not safety. That's fragility. Another big difference. Rich people look for asymmetric opportunities. That's a fancy way of saying, small downside, huge upside. Think about it. Starting a YouTube channel? Worst case, it doesn't work and you gain skills. Best case, audience, income, brand, leverage. Learning a high-income skill? Worst case, you become more capable. Best case, freedom. Poor thinking asks, is this guaranteed? Rich thinking asks, is the upside worth the risk? And most people never get rich because they only say yes to guaranteed outcomes, which almost never exist. Here's another thing people don't talk about enough. The rich invest in skills before they invest in assets. Money can disappear overnight. Skills don't. That's why wealthy people spend time and money on learning how money works, building networks, gaining experience. Even when they lose, they don't walk away empty-handed. They walk away harder to beat next time. That's real compounding. Now let's make this practical. Here's the before and after mindset shift. Before, you avoid risk. You protect comfort. You rely on one income. You fear failure. After, you calculate risk. You protect survival, not comfort. You build multiple options. You use failure as feedback. Same world. Same opportunities. Different lens. Different results. So how do you apply this starting today? First, stop asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what's the worst realistic outcome? Second, reduce the downside. Start smaller. Test faster. Don't overcommit. Third, increase the upside. Choose opportunities that build skills, leverage, or visibility. And finally, stack experience. Every risk you take should either make you richer or more capable. If it does neither, it's not a smart risk. Here's the truth most people never hear. You don't need money to think like the rich. You need clarity. Once you understand risk, fear loses its power. If this video helped you rethink risk like the video, it tells the algorithm this content matters. Subscribe if you want more videos on money, mindset, and leverage, without the fake hype. And comment below. What's one risk you've been avoiding that might actually be calculated, not dangerous? See you in the next one. On Coming Fist.